Take two. Welcome back to the Truth Serum.
Welcome right back to the Truth Serum.
That's right. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Joey.
And we're going to talk about the conference championships today.
Yeah, we got the Chiefs taking on the Tennessee Titans.
That's right. And we got the 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers.
This is the NFL's take on the best four teams in the NFL, not necessarily my take.
I agree. I mean, you can make the argument that the best teams are the ones left. I mean,
Sure.
you've got to, you can't, yeah. Okay, so a little explanation of what happened. There's a little mute button on the computer here that I had hit out of convenience for us while we were testing some stuff. And, well, that shit kind of happens sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so I think you have to say that the four best teams are in because they beat the other teams.
Right. Any given Sunday.
That's right. That's right. Now, like I was saying a minute ago, which y'all didn't hear any of, I am firmly in conspiracy camp here. I look at it. It's the 100th year of the NFL, right? There, that's been the big celebration all year long. You've got the Chiefs and you've got the Packers, right? Chiefs playing at home, Packers going on the road down to Levi Stadium in San Francisco. I really believe that the NFL has set this up to be the Packers and the Chiefs in a rematch of Super Bowl I.
So he has made his official picks.
Yeah.
Packers Chiefs.
Packers Chiefs. Those we're gonna get to it. But I mean, look, the Patriots won the year after 9/11.
Yeah.
The Saints won the year after Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I kind of think that you got to. I think there might be something to it, man. If there is something to it, I think we can all. If the Packers and the Chiefs win today, I think you have to say the NFL's rigged.
Except for that's not how it's going to go.
It may not be, but if it does, would you not agree that the NFL is completely rigged?
I mean, sometimes I believe that.
I do too,
but
man.
I don't think it's all based on like let's make this 100th year of the NFL. Let's have a rematch of Super Bowl I. I don't think that they are rigging anything up to just supply that narrative over a course of...
I'm going to use this as an example of why I think this is the fact, right?
Uh-huh.
Right now, we are in the middle of a full-on controversy in the Little White Round Ball League with teams cheating. 10, 15 years ago, we found out that the NBA, the big orange round ball, was fixing games. We've had scandals like that in professional kick round ball leagues. The NFL is not some sort of sparkling beacon of honest football, right? I don't think that is in any way out of the realm of possibility that the NFL is fixing this. But, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. I think if it is the Packers and the Chiefs, the NFL's fixed. I think that's the only way you got to look at it.
Okay.
So
that's a real cute narrative you're spinning there, but you also have like a 15-foot hole in your backyard where you've been digging this hole to make a bunker because there's this zombie apocalypse coming.
No.
Okay.
I am not a zombie apocalypse doomsday prepper. I don't believe in conspiracy theories ever, right? Like I am the least conspiracy minded person ever.
Yeah.
I'm all in on this, man. The NFL rigged, y'all.
All right, so matchup A. Let's just talk about the Chiefs and the Titans.
All right.
So the Titans last week played 92 defensive snaps.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers are tired. They get tired. Derrick Henry might not. Derrick Henry is on a 3-game stretch of 180 plus yards.
Yeah.
Never been done. Could I see a situation in where he gets another 180? Absolutely, because you can run on this Chiefs defense. However,
absolutely,
if the Chiefs get out to a big early lead, will Vrabel change his game plan? I personally think that he's smart enough. To me, he's the smartest coach left in this whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's some good coaches, but I think he can stick to his game plan. I think the Chiefs can stick to their game plan no matter what goes on, no matter what the script of the game is.
Right.
Derrick Henry can still get his, but with them playing 92 defensive snaps last week, they're tired. Also, Patrick Mahomes, he just came off a 4+ touchdown game, right? In games after 4 touchdown performances, here's his stats. 8-0, 69.2 completion percentage, 340 passing yards per game, touchdowns to interceptions, 29-4, passer rating of 125.
I think that's a bunk stat.
Sure.
I don't put any weight. Oh, one game has nothing to do with the other, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I think if anything, it may be him finding a rhythm, them finding more things that work. But I don't think that you can say because he did that last week against the Texans that he's going to be able to have this kind of stat line against the Titans. This Titans defense is for real.
They are, but they can be beaten.
They can, but the same thing can be said about the Chiefs. What I think it's going to come down to is Titans controlling the ball. Titans controlling the pace of this game. If they can keep the Chiefs off the field, they're not going to put up points.
Yeah.
All right. If Derrick Henry runs the ball 30 some odd times like he's been doing in this game, Patrick Mahomes isn't going to be able to do the wild shit he's able to do because he just ain't going to have the ball.
I mean, even if he has his 30 carries, I see this Chiefs team getting 8 to 9 possessions. Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
8 to 9 possessions for Patrick Mahomes in this Chiefs offense, that's plenty enough. Now, the Chiefs wideouts have been open. That's 3+ yards of separation, according to Next Gen Stats, on 45.6% of their targets, which is the highest rate in the NFL.
Yeah.
The secondary is good, but they are not super fast.
Right.
What this offense for the Chiefs has is nothing but speed. Yeah. That's a big concern.
But
it's not the same offense they played last week.
Nothing but speed. The Baltimore Ravens are nothing but speed. Yes. And we saw the Titans completely shut down that Baltimore offense. They scored 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. They got a ton of yards, but they scored 1 touchdown. They were kicking field goals the whole time. The Titans were in a completely bend but don't break defense.
Yes. They
were allowing them to get those soft yards in the middle, and that's fine. But when they needed to lock down, they stopped them on 4th down 3 times in that ball game. And the Baltimore Ravens were the highest in the league in 4th down conversions entering that game. I don't see that same vulnerability with the Chiefs, where if you shut down the run, if you stack 8 guys in the box, you force Lamar Jackson to beat you with his arm. I don't really see that. I think Patrick Mahomes is a better passer than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's pretty fucking good.
You think?
Yeah. I believe that the way you make this Chiefs team one-dimensional is you take away those passes.
Okay.
You take away the middle of the field, make them throw out. Those are the higher percentage of interception plays in the league as a whole. I think that's kind of how you have to go. I think you shut down the middle of the field and you play on the outside.
Jeff says, shut down Travis Kelce in the middle of the field. I don't
know how.
They don't either.
I didn't think they knew how to shut down Lamar Jackson, but they were the first team to do it, to truly shut him down.
They didn't shut him down. They shut everyone else down. Correct. They kind of let him do his thing.
What they forced Lamar Jackson to do is run to the boundary. They kept him running laterally and didn't let him get upfield. He was gaining like 2-3 yards per rush attempt. Yeah. That's nothing compared to what was his average?
All of them.
Yeah, I know. He was just taking crazy runs and crazy chunks, and they completely eliminated that from their playbook. Give it to the Titans, man. I truly feel like the Chiefs are the better overall team, but the way Vrabel said he would cut his dick off to win a Super Bowl.
He did.
So, I mean, he wants it.
Maybe he made a deal with the devil.
Maybe he did cut his dick off.
Maybe he did.
Has anyone been checking on him when he goes to the bathroom? Is he standing or sitting?
All right, some positives from me on the Chiefs side is the Titans have scored a touchdown on 78% of their red zone trips this year. That's the highest all year. Yep. So I was like looking like that's higher than like a lot higher than anyone else. So I went to go digging.
Mm-hmm.
I dug back all the way to 2003 when I got tired of looking. No one all the way back there scored on that much. It's crazy how often they score. They get in, they score touchdowns.
Yeah.
And that's on the back of Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And the efficiency that helps with Ryan Tannehill. So,
hey, Ryan Tannehill has looked like a for real NFL quarterback over the past, 10 weeks that he's played?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks legitimate, and I think it's scheme. I think it's him making intelligent plays aside from that weird lateral he tried to make a couple weeks ago.
Desperation.
That desperation. I mean, I'm nervous about my pick of the Chiefs in this one, but I mean, NFL wants something to happen. They're going to make it happen.
Previous 3 weeks, the Titans, here's something crazy. Previous 3 weeks, they beat the Titans. The Titans were the NFC South champs. The week, wild card week, they beat the Patriots, and they were the AFC champs, AFC East champs.
Yeah.
And then last week, they beat the Ravens. They were the AFC North champs. If they win today, they will be the first team in the Super Bowl era to beat all 4 division champions consecutively to clinch a Super Bowl.
That's wild.
That's awesome.
That it is. They are a legitimate team.
Yes,
they are absolutely a legitimate team, and I don't buy into the wild card. Look, here's the deal: 3 times in the last, I don't remember how many seasons, but 3 times I think in the last 20 years, right, has a wild card team made it to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 times, the wild card team won the Super Bowl. All 3 times.
If they make it there.
Yeah.
Everything points me to go ahead with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs take this game.
You like the Titans to cover?
Yes, I like the Titans to cover. What is it, 7.5 point spread. I got the Titans to keep this closer than, what everyone thinks. But there's a lot of people riding this Cinderella story that's causing that bet line to be even.
Everyone loves the Cinderella story.
I know.
Everyone loves that. And I think that's why they have a lot of momentum in their corner. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of people across the country that are big Titans fans right now.
No doubt.
Look, I'm wearing some Titan blue today just for that. I want the Titans to win. But, I mean, I don't bet against the Zebras.
Okay. Well, I got the Chiefs. You got the Chiefs?
I got the Chiefs.
Okay. Do the Titans cover?
Definitely. Okay. I think this is a close game. I think this may come down to 1 possession.
You have a defense that can be ran all over. You got the leading rusher in the NFL, Derrick Henry. They are going to establish this. It's going to be great.
Don't sleep on this Titans defense either.
I'm not.
Don't sleep on their secondary. Kenny Vaccaro has been playing out of his mind the past few weeks.
Byard looks great. Like they all do. They got a great secondary. They got a great defense.
Absolutely.
They were my choice of streaming defenses like all year long. I kept going back to them.
Yep. Vrabel, hats off to you, man. I was all in the Harbaugh camp for Coach of the Year, but Vrabel beat him. Vrabel beat him bad.
When we had that talk, it was week 17 maybe. I said, I mean, you got to put Vrabel in that conversation.
Yep.
And it didn't look as appealing then.
Right.
But what they've done in the playoffs is just outstanding. I love Vrabel as a coach.
What they did the last 7-8 weeks of the season, the regular season, it was outstanding.
I think they finished the regular season 9-2.
Yeah.
The Chiefs finished 9-1.
Yeah.
They played in week 9, I believe. But,
right. And that was when the Titans were getting
right.
better, right? That was nowhere. That Titans team is nowhere near this Titans team.
Yeah. But you also have to look at when they played in week 9 or 10, whatever it was. That was Mahomes' first game back from his dislocated knee.
Yeah.
He was limited. He still threw for 450 yards or whatever it was. So he still had a great game. That just proves that the secondary can be beaten by speed. That's
sure.
where I'm getting.
Sure.
They were beat by the Ravens' speedy guys, and Hollywood had a huge game.
Yep.
So I see these receivers having a huge game. Tyreek Hill is going to go nasty, and
the question mark is when they get to the red zone.
Yes,
because speed doesn't really matter inside the 15-yard line.
Right.
I mean, you've got 3 extra defenders there that are helping out your defense. Speed really isn't a factor. It's scheme. It's getting guys open. It's calling plays that get guys open. Lots of slants, lots of rubs, lots of ins and outs, and trying to get defenders to think you're going one way and go the other way. I feel like the Titans are going to give them a lot more trouble than I think everyone thinks they're going to.
I think they're going to give them trouble. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I just think the Chiefs pull it out in the end.
I think so.
Andy Reid he hadn't made a Super Bowl yet. He's one of the best coaches.
He's the Dan Marino of coaching.
Right. I think it's his time to get to a Super Bowl, and I just like this Chiefs offense. I like speed.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. Nathan's got a question for us.
Here.
If Joe Burrow goes to Cincinnati and Tua goes to Miami, which quarterback would you rather have in a dynasty league?
I'm going to say I don't give a damn which team Joe Burrow goes to. He is the number one quarterback that I've seen in a long time as far as a prospect. Yeah. Now, I still got some digging to go through. I have started my research on college prospects. Joe Burrow looks like the real fucking deal, man.
He does. I kind of lean Burrow in a dynasty league, but if you run a team where you can take a guy like Tua and afford to have him on your bench while he's sitting on the bench learning behind, if he goes to Miami and he sits a year behind Ryan Fitzmagic, Ryan Fitzpatrick's smartest guy in the league. Right. I don't think that's debatable. Smartest guy in the league. If he has a year to sit and watch how Fitzpatrick reads defenses, work with him, really have Fitzpatrick mentor him, and he can stay healthy, Tua may be the better value long term because you're going to get him a lot cheaper than you're going to get Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I'm in a super flex dynasty where I traded for the number 1 overall pick. And I also won the championship. I just kind of want to throw that out there, but
yeah,
I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and pick Joe Burrow, regardless of where he lands.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
He looks like a generational talent. And what's crazy is everybody had him as a 4th, 5th, 6th round pick coming into this season, had him as a stretch guy. But then Joe Brady, his offensive coordinator, who is now the offensive coordinator of the Panthers, what I am looking at is how much would the Panthers be willing to give up to unite Burrow and Brady?
I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Organization. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think since, but if there was a team that would trade the 1st round draft pick for a surefire guy like Burrow, it would be the Bengals and the Browns are who I would bet would do that.
Okay. I think that I would kind of love for that to happen, but no team has the balls to trade multiple 1st round picks.
Right.
And something.
Right.
I say 2, 3 first and a piece
I think
that's what it would take to jump.
I think that trade would look like this year's first round draft pick, next year's first round draft pick, probably the year after that's first round draft pick, and Cam Newton.
Very possible.
That's what I think that trade would look like if Carolina made it. You're putting a lot of stock. The Bengals are in a no lose situation. They get Joe Burrow. He sucks. That's fine. We had the first round pick anyway. We didn't mortgage the future to get that guy. You get Joe Burrow and he shows out, even better.
Sure. Yep.
Pompa without his shirt off would put that Channing Tatum bastard to shame. Calvin Locklear says Kansas City Chiefs will win. I believe so as well. Thanks for that rundown, Mel Gibson. Big State Farm Bowl. I think they were talking about my my conspiracy talk.
Hey, Jeremy Pyle. He made us these glasses. I'm pretty sure that it's hard to see. Right. Anyways, these glasses are great. It's etched in. We will be using these often. I love it. I just ain't. That's a liquor type of thing for me, and it's a little bit early for that.
A little bit early in the day for some liquor, but I wanted to drink out of it because I was excited to get mine.
Hell yeah.
About to be 8-1. Ryan Lee Miller is all in on his Titans, and he should be, man.
As he should be.
Absolutely.
Yes. I love it. Jordan, Ryan, you are on a fucking roller coaster right now, bro.
Hey.
I'm happy for you, but I do think that stops here today.
Mike Pompa says he doesn't think that the Pack has what it takes to take down the Niners. I don't think so either, but I mean, you fucked up, said they can be beat. You mean can't. I'm gonna take that off of there. Nope, I'm gonna take that off of there too. My video audio is off watching an old Japanese program. It's great. Is that happening for everybody? Is the audio unsynced with the video? It may be something we could figure out for next time. Should I trade Gallup and Eckler for Jimmy Garoppolo?
No, you shouldn't. I know you're playing. I know this is a super flex league that you're talking about. I think Gallup has a lot of value moving forward. And if Melvin Gordon leaves, which I suspect that he will, Eckler is going to be that top guy. He's going to be the guy that you had in the beginning of the season. So I would absolutely stick with what I have.
Yeah, Nathan Schoen says, is it bad that I'm already more concerned about dynasty offseason than the current playoffs? If your team's out, man, I get it. You know, I'm someone who has never played in a dynasty league.
It's so much fun.
I know. The problem is the offers that I've had to join a dynasty league have always been like 5 years into it, and I'm taking over just a completely shit the bed team.
Nathan Sean has one right now that he's trying to do a startup dynasty league. I have joined it.
I think I might want in that too. I might want in that.
Hey, there's some spots available. I'm just saying.
Better runner than thrower when you take the run game away.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that having daily fantasy. So do you guys think the Titans will have a chance against Kansas City? I think we discussed that. I think we do. This game may be close at the beginning, but I like the Chiefs by 10. Bold prediction, Cotton. I don't see it being that big.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know a 10-point game is nothing, right? Like
it is in the playoffs.
It is in the playoffs. A 10-point win is pretty significant in the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to be that big. The day the Chiefs win the AFC Championship is the day Casey Brown shows up to the podcast. Won't happen. All due respect, Casey. Love you, old buddy.
Yeah, Casey is on a leave of absence, we'll call it. That's why you haven't been seeing him. He's got a lot going on. We support him in whatever he needs to do. He's got a spot when he's ready to come back. He's got his spot here. Yeah, but for right now, we have to move forward without him.
We want to wish him all the luck being Mr. January for the Playboy or Playgirl centerfold. I mean, great opportunity for him. We're so happy for him. Look out for that. It should be on store shelves here pretty soon. I think he got fired, but he would have had the radio on. Remember the Titans taking Tennessee since I'm a bitter divisional rival of the Chiefs. Hey, I get it, man. I'm a bitter divisional rival of the 49ers, and I hope they lose. I don't think they're going to, but I'm still picking Team Conspiracy. If the Niners win the Super Bowl, I'll give my Ronnie Lott jersey for you guys to give away.
Who says this?
That Nathan Schoen says if the Niners win the Super Bowl, he's going to give us a Ronnie Lott jersey for us to give away.
I think what he means here is he'll give us a Ronnie Lott jersey to hang up here in the studio. Because if we get gifts from you guys, those are not going to be
We're not
giveaways.
giving them away, man.
They mean something to us as if we were to give you guys something. That would mean something to you. So absolutely not. We will not give anything away. However, we would greatly appreciate that because, I mean, it's a Ronnie Lott jersey. And we would have it framed, put up. I couldn't give one of your gifts away.
Absolutely. If the Titans win the Super Bowl, they'll be the first AFC team to make it with less than 10 wins in the regular season. That's kind of a big deal too.
Yep.
Andy Reid is due for a Super Bowl appearance and Super Bowl loss.
Very possible.
Andy Reid has been to one Super Bowl with Philly and lost.
You're right, Jordan. Hey,
it's time for him to get his ring.
Way to keep me straight, Jordan.
It's time for him to get his ring.
Yep.
With as shitty as the Bengals are, along with the ownership, a lot of experts say that it's going to ruin Burrow. No. That offensive coordinator, good head coach, good offensive line, a lot of weapons potentially.
Dude, this is a good spot for Joe Burrow.
A
lot of experts I have to disagree with a lot of times, and this would be one of those.
Yeah, no, I think the pieces are there, especially if they can get some more offensive line help and beef up that defense. But I mean, look at if AJ Green can come back, right? You got what's the other?
Tyler Boyd, John Ross.
John Ross is the one I was thinking of, and then
Joe Mixon. Their defense struggled a lot. There's a lot of holes in this team, so that's why I don't think that they would take the picks to fill out their roster. It's not going to happen.
I think you get a quarterback before you start. I think you build around a quarterback.
I think you build everything else and then bring the quarterback. That way you'll have that quarterback on his rookie deal, and
that's true. And
now
you're saving some money.
You can spend up elsewhere.
Sure.
I think the quarterback is the last piece. I think most teams think the same way.
Right. Cincy isn't going to get rid of that first overall pick. I agree. Like Cincy for Burrow, as long as they build that O-line.
Well, Jordan, if you don't recall, they had Jonah Williams in their first round pick last year.
Right.
He tore his labrum, and he missed the entire season. So he'll be back. That's a first round pick, and then they'll have some more shit to work with. They're going to work on that in the latter part of the draft. So
audio's fine, good. It scares the shit out of me with him going there. I don't think it's a bad landing spot for him, man. I think they'll be okay. I'll be rocking the shit out of Cincy's Burrow jersey next year. Nathan Schoen says it's not autographed, but the jersey is ours, the Ronnie Lott. So let's go 49ers. It felt bad coming out of my mouth. Who will be the Patriots quarterback next year if Brady isn't there? Cord Trahan says Brady will be there. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion, though. Brady cleaned out his press box, which they said he's never done that before.
Sold his fucking house.
Sold his house.
Which he's never done before. His old lady probably making more money than him.
Giselle makes way more money than Tom Brady.
They got some houses over there in old Beverly Hills. They're probably hanging out with Tom Brady over there when he jumped on that hood. So,
yeah. Or Edelman.
What'd I say?
You said Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, whatever. So I can see him, like, if he's not a Patriot, he's either going to be a Patriot or a Charger. That's silence.
Cowboy.
No.
You think 0% chance?
I think there is a chance because Dak it's not going to happen.
Dak wants that much money. As of, I think he's a restricted free agent. right? His rookie contract is up, and they can option him for another year, but they don't have to. I think they could get a lot of value for Dak and bring in Tom Brady.
I mean,
we're doing what we're not supposed to do.
We're in January,
right? Let's get to that later. Do you guys see the Panthers taking a quarterback or a linebacker? I think it depends what's on the board. I don't know that there's a quarterback worth taking with what are they, about the 10th pick?
I don't know.
Kuechly retiring is interesting.
He is one of the greatest linebackers that our generation has ever played,
has produced,
has seen. He's been at the top of the game for 9 straight years.
Yeah,
so
he's smart. I think you're going to see him in a coaching role somewhere.
He's already saying that he's willing to coach. So
yeah. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
And he will be a damn good one, man. He's the kind of guy that never really fit into the big persona of the NFL, right? Like he wants to just play football and go home.
Yep.
And I think that being a coach is going to allow him to do that. And honestly, once he becomes a defensive coordinator or maybe a head coach somewhere, he ain't hurting for money, is what I'm trying to say.
Sure,
he's going to be fine. Brady will be there. Brady to the Bucks. He's too greedy to let Breeze have all the records. Brady won't go anywhere else. Brady or old crab legs. Brady to the Bucks. I don't know, man. I think Bruce Arian wants to keep Jameis, Ubergroper, Winston.
I mean, I would. Jameis has all of the tools. All of them. Except
the one that matters most, the one between his ears.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Oh, my God. I think I've bought into the Jameis Winston as a good quarterback hype. I think I've bought into it, and I don't like that. I don't like feeling like Jameis Winston might be a damn good quarterback.
He's got all of the tools to become the greatest quarterback to ever step on the gridiron. Do I think that's going to happen? No. But if he can get through if he can fix between the ears, like it looks a lot like what Peyton Manning, as far as numbers go, it looks a lot like that.
Right there with him.
Who is a better passer? Is Jameis over
Peyton?
Yes, it's depressing. He's a better passer.
Raw physical skill, yes.
In every aspect.
But Peyton had the best brain in NFL history.
Yeah.
And that's what set Peyton apart.
Let's move on.
Alex Fleming with Fantasy and Flavors, go check him out. He said Winston isn't going anywhere. I agree. I don't think so. Mike Pompa says Alex showed him the light on Winston. Didn't buy into Winston once after 2016. I don't know. Let's talk about this other game, man.
49ers. Packers.
Hosting the Packers at Levi Stadium over there.
Well, the 49ers are very, very good. I think the Packers are very lucky to be in the position that they are in. I think.
Hey, what does it come down to of why the Packers are in the position they're in?
Quarterback. Why? Because they had a better record and got a bye week?
Because of a bad call in the Seahawks-49ers game and because of a bad call in the Packers-Seahawks game?
Yeah. Recap this week 12 game when they played against each other. It was nasty and not –
it was not an offensive. It ain't what we're going to see in the XFL.
We saw some offense from the 49ers. They won that game 37-8.
Right.
Did they kind of learn some things? Sure. But here I expect another blowout. I think this is another 7.5 point spread.
Mm-hmm.
I would take the 49ers to cover that. I'm very, very confident in this pick. The 49ers take this game.
All right. I think that the Packers take it. I don't. You can't win when the Zebras are against you. Riley Miller says, "Where's the first down line at?" First down line was about where Jimmy Graham's head hit the turf. That's where the first down line is. All right. It's funny how in every other situation we look at that yellow line and like we understand where it's at, except for when the refs make a bad call, then it's unofficial. But so is that marker that's on the far side of the field, man.
There's a lot of times where I say, "Oh, they probably need to measure that," and the refs just say that's first down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this happens throughout the game. It
I
just
know,
happens in the right moment to catch everybody looking. That's it.
Correct, because it happens in big situations every time, and they don't.
It happens throughout every game, though.
Yeah, well, then if it happens in every game, then the NFL needs better officials.
I think they are pretty good.
Disagree.
Spotlight's huge, man.
Hard disagree.
This is like fuck the police, NWA type shit. This is where you're at. Man, fuck them Zebras. It's so great for me. I enjoy listening to you. I just disagree.
And that's fine, but I mean, it's just bad. It's just bad, man. Like, I don't know what else I can say about it. I've talked about it too much.
Do
man.
any of you think the officiating is as bad as Jeff does? I want to say yes or no.
Fuck Al Riveron.
Yeah, say fuck Al Riveron if you think so. But check this. The 49ers have recorded a sack on 17.3% of dropbacks with Nick Bosa and D Ford on the field. Without them, it's just 5.7%. The NFL sack rate is 6.5%. There is no injury designation for this 49ers team. Bosa and D Ford will be on the field. They will be in Aaron Rodgers' face all day long. Aaron Rodgers is going to feel the heat.
Sure.
His weapons. He's got Devontae Adams and he's got Aaron Jones. That's it.
I think you're giving MVS a short stick.
He's tall with a short stick. He's got a short stick because he fucking sucks.
He can play well.
He can run fast.
Yeah.
This offense of the Packers, they don't have what it takes to overcome how great this defense is. I've been saying this is the best defense in the NFL all year long. While all y'all were on the Patriots, I said it was this 49ers team. I fucking mean it.
Yeah.
I'm right this time. I'm right.
I'll give it to you, but I can't argue it, right? Because all the stats point towards the 49ers should win this. All the stats pointed towards the Seahawks should have won. All the stats point towards the Packers should not have had a first round bye. All the stats, I mean, any given Sunday, man. And I just think I think, does Jimmy Garoppolo have the clutch gene? We know Aaron Rodgers does. We know Aaron Rodgers is a clutch quarterback. Does LaFleur have the clutch gene? Is he gonna direct his team in a way that's gonna get them to win? Is Shanahan going to direct his team in a way that's gonna win? Who is the most clutch player on the field in both of these games? And it's Rodgers.
Sure.
It's Rodgers. And
it was Russell Wilson the week before.
No, Rodgers is more clutch quarterback than Russell Wilson.
I don't know about that, man.
We're gonna in the big games. Sure. In the big games, there's a reason why Russell Wilson has not won at Lambeau in 8 years. In 9 attempts, he has not won at Lambeau, and it's because of Aaron Rodgers always finding the right play.
Aaron Rodgers is a first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. Yep. He's getting in 5 years after he retires.
We've seen it. Jimmy Garoppolo crumbles when he feels pressure. He absolutely crumbles. And can this Packers team create the kind of pressure that is going to make Jimmy Garoppolo crumble?
They can.
Will they?
If I'm getting there, they can create the pressure. Their 2 off-season additions. 12.5 sacks apiece. They can create the pressure. But this 49ers team is going to run the ball down their throats. It's going to open up everything else. Deebo Samuel, he's a physical wide receiver.
You shut down Kittle, none of that matters.
You can't shut down Kittle. Not if they game.
If there's someone that can do it, it's going to be the Packers, man.
Okay. What was I getting to? You threw me off. But they're going to run the ball. We don't know which running back it's going to be because it's going to be these two guys, carry here, carry there, hot hand. Shanahan gives it to them. Right. I personally think it's going to go back to Mostert because he's fresher. That's what I've noticed. Yeah. He runs a guy a couple games, then he runs another guy a couple games. Right. Mostert is the better running back. This is the most important game of the season. He's going to run Mostert. That's my thoughts. Yeah. But you also got a 2-time Super Bowl champion quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. I just had to.
All right.
I had to. He was a backup to Brady. But I wanted to say that.
Correct.
I think
the only statistical category that Jimmy Garoppolo beats Aaron Rodgers is handsomeness.
Not according to Chelsea. My wife thinks Aaron Rodgers is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. I'm like, what are you looking at?
But Danica Patrick's already his beard, man. Like it's good.
I have the 49ers, and I don't think that it's close.
I got the Packers.
This will help. We're tied so far on picks, right?
We're tied.
We're tied. So we got a hat bet going on. Whoever has the best record at the end.
Honestly, we should throw that shit out because neither one of us is.
I get it.
We're what? We're 2-8.
But right now,
3-2.
I don't know.
We're either 2-6 or 3-5.
3-5.
We should just throw the whole shit out.
No, because I'm gonna make it 5-5 this week. So I'll be one ahead of you because you got one of your calls right with the Chiefs. So anyway, to possibly gain some separation to minimize the chance of tie, do you want to go ahead and call for the Super Bowl winning conference? We'll just say AFC team or NFC team. You can look and see, which side, because I personally
do that.
I personally think the toughest game is the Chiefs and Titans. That's the one that I think could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think the AFC team, regardless of who wins, will beat either of the NFC teams.
Cord, let me tell you something.
What do you say?
We both been wrong this entire playoffs.
Yeah, we
both been wrong, man. We're 3-5, dog.
Yes. Playoffs are very hard to pick.
Playoffs.
They're hard to pick. Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Because this is where talent takes a backseat to coaching and to players doing what they're supposed to do. That's all the talent in the world. If your coach calls a bad play or one link on your team falls through, it doesn't matter, man. It just takes one play.
Yes, and I'm been pretty good as far as predicting player outputs. It's just a lot of these games are coming down to the end, and it could go either way. I don't think the 49ers and the Packers game is going to have that ability.
Sure.
I think it's going to be a lot to a little.
Sure. Well, man.
Why don't we talk about this? David Montgomery signed mini helmet. Pull that comment down for me. David Montgomery signed mini helmet, and we got a Corey Davis signed jersey. We're going to give both of these away, both of them on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
There are 3 ways to enter in for this. Way number 1, which is my favorite, it's patreon.com/thetruthserum. You become a Patreon. You support us. You're going to get an automatic entry. And depending on which tier, if you go to the All-Pro tier, you get 2 entries. If you go to the next tier, what's it called? If you go to the next tier, you get 3. If you go to the top tier, you get 5 entries into every giveaway.
Right. Automatic 5 entries.
And there's a lot of other perks you get as well. But that's way number 1 to get in for both of these. You could possibly win both because you have multiple entries.
That's right.
Way number 2, go to anywhere you listen to podcasts, search for the True Serum Football. Listen to our podcast. There will be a keyword in there to email to tsfcontest@gmail.com. That's how you get in there for your second entry. And the third entry.
The third entry is you listen to our podcast. We're going to give you a code to send in to us at tsfcontest@gmail.com.
That was the second entry.
You're right. You're going to go to youtube.com/the True Serum Football. The True Serum Football.
Search for the True Serum Football.
That's right.
I'm not sure what the link
on
is.
YouTube, you're going to subscribe and ring the notification bell. I got a little ahead of myself there.
So you can get 3 entries, maximize your chances. Somebody's getting these bitches.
Hey, I mean, it would look good no matter what team you support.
Yeah. And on Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to do this exact same thing right here.
That's right.
Except for we're going to have a jam-packed show. Pre-game is going to be dope. It's going to be fun. We are going to have our fantasy award ceremony. And these awards are great.
I think we need tuxedo t-shirts.
Tuxedo t-shirts. I think we got something in that box over there we're going to wear.
Oh, that's true, though.
That right. So a name of one of these awards is going to be the Joey's ex-wife award, right? So it's the player that had high hopes. You drafted high.
The most.
Right. So we got really good names for these awards coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Don't forget to come check us out. Super Bowl Sunday. We don't have a time yet, but we will let you guys know.
That's right. We got 2 weeks to figure that out. I don't think we're going to do a live stream next week, are we?
Not next week.
There's
no need.
Yeah. I mean, Pro Bowl, but
we're going to keep up on the podcast.
I'm going to watch the DirecTV celebrity flag football game that they do every year. Fuck the Pro Bowl.
Is Nelly going to be in it again? He's a fucking ass.
I don't have DirecTV anymore, so I'm definitely not watching that. I'm just saying shit.
Okay.
Oh, I like that, Mike.
What's that?
We should do a call-in on Super Bowl Sunday. I kind of like that.
You know what? On Super Bowl Sunday, we're also going to do a call-in. We're going to give you the number. You're going to call. We'll have you on speakerphone.
You know what?
We'll figure that out.
Yeah. Let's make that for Patreons only.
Patreons only.
We'll go ahead and do a live call-in show for that.
All right, then we will give you guys the number in the Patreon chat, which you get as a perk for becoming a Patreon. So cool.
It's fun.
Good idea, Mike. Any more ideas? Because I like ideas.
I'm going to take all the credit for that one.
Mike Pompa said it right there. It's just
no, I said it first.
Yep.
I never put it on the screen, so I definitely said it first. Now they got that math to keep it.
Hey, all right, guys. We want to thank all of our Patrons. We appreciate
You've seen their name going down the screen the whole time, man. We definitely appreciate you guys. If we hit our goal of $296 in a month, we're going to give away the Adrian Peterson Award. Adrian Peterson set the NFL record for single game rushing with 296 yards. So if we get $296 pledged to us, that month we'll have a Patreon-only giveaway for autographed memorabilia.
It could be a jersey. It could be a mini helmet. It could be a full-size helmet. It could be anything. We will definitely look into it. We're going to have something dope. It's going to have Adrian Peterson's handwriting, his own name.
With his own hand, with a Sharpie.
With a Sharpie.
That's right.
And we're going to give it away with one of these little authentication cards. I don't know why I have that. Yeah.
That's the one for the Corey Davis.
That's the one for the Corey Davis. Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for us. As always,
stay true.